I have always been intrigued that despite the seeming abundance of our lives, we are always having this sense of lack or emptiness, like something is not enough, a sense that something is missing in our lives. And to fill this void, to fill this sense of lack, we look towards maybe getting a new house, maybe getting a new job, maybe getting a new relationship. And we believe that once these goals get materialized, once we get this home, we get this relationship, our problems will be solved. We will not feel this void any longer. But experience tells us that no matter what happens, whether we get what we look for or we don't get it, there is always a sense of lack that continues. And also we see in people around us, there are people with relationships feeling that sense of lack. There are people with homes, with jobs, with children, still feeling that sense of lack. What if our belief that the solution is outside us needs to be questioned? What if we are looking in the wrong place? Luckily for us, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha asked these questions and gave us some very interesting answers. Let us see what these answers are. He was born Siddhartha, a prince in a very rich kingdom, and he had everything that he wanted. And yet he felt this lack in himself, which led him to finally leaving the kingdom and trying to look for answers within. And when he got enlightened, the first thing that he put forth was that there is dissatisfaction. That's the first noble truth. There is dissatisfaction in life as we live it. Now let's examine this. What does it mean that there is dissatisfaction in life as we live it? How do we live our lives? If we pay attention to how we live our lives, we will find that we are always caught up in thoughts of the future or thoughts of the past. We are rarely living life in the present moment. We go through present moment on autopilot. We do the things that are required in the present moment, but all the time our thinking is engaged with something else that is happening in the future, that is going to happen in the future or in the past. Right? And our reality of our life is just here. The truth is that there's nothing more important than this moment. It's only in this moment that we are truly alive and living. Everything else is fiction. But why are we always staying engaged with these thoughts of the future and the past? How stressful is this way of living, right? Because we are neurologically wired to do that. We are wired not to stay in the present, not to be peaceful with what we have, always to run after something else, which keeps us caught up in our thinking minds about how to solve a problem, how to fix something, why somebody did something to us yesterday, instead of actually just eating our food, or just being, or just walking, or just even reading, right? So this is a way of being. This needs rewiring. We are wired this way, we have to understand, we have to recognize, then we come back. We recognize my mind is caught somewhere else, we come back to this moment, and then we learn to have a new relationship with this moment, a relationship of peace, a relationship of acceptance, and over a period of time, it's a very joyful, a very easy space to be in. So let me give you a simple practice that's a part of our regular mindfulness workshops, and we call this recognize and breathe. So it's a two-part practice, recognition and breath. Okay? What do we recognize? We recognize where is our attention. So first we need to understand, is my thinking caught up in the future, in imagination, in the past? Where is my attention? And then once you recognize that, you bring it into the present by focusing on the breath. The breath is a wonderful tool of staying in the present because it is always in the present. So you come back to your breath for 2 or 3 breaths as a way to anchor your attention in the present. After that, you can continue doing whatever you are doing with full attention. So Every time you bring your mind back, you are actually rewiring your brain. Your brain, which is wired to stay in a different place, to stay in the future or past, is slowly getting rewired to now stay present and now to be able to feel the connection with the present. And as the brain rewires, we get this understanding that our emptiness, our sense of lack, is not belonging to this moment. It is belonging to our habitual thinking patterns. We start recognizing that our constant engagement with the future and past is what is causing our dissatisfaction, our difficulty, not this moment. Let me read you a quote that I really like. It's by Henry Miller, and he says, "The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself." This is the beauty of being in the present moment. But while all this sounds simple and lovely, it's not easy. It's a practice. It's a practice that requires certain consistency, a certain regularity of following, and a certain guidance from someone who knows and understands. All I want from you is that you give this beautiful practice of mindfulness a chance. Try it, read about it, maybe find a mentor near you who can help you with it, and at least have one experience of truly, truly connecting with yourself in the present moment.